If not in your family, I hope not in your family, but in a number of families, you can see Hamalang Toyo. Miya Toyo.
So is it good or?
Huh?
Is it good or?
Good, yeah.
So the arrangement, you mean the arrangement?
The how to say? It's a beautiful. I mean, beautiful and respectful, and it means make it nice in a family.
Oh, so you said there's a family a lot in the church.
In the family.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is nice. That is a lot.
If we have the same frame, Jesus and Mary, we cannot put like it's exactly the same.
This is exceptional. Yeah, according to the kind of tradition, like Jesus, the second half Jesus, the second half Mary. Yeah, kind of tradition. They put the same level. Yeah, that's acceptable, but it's not ideal. Yeah, Jesus should be in top.
No, it's a home. It's a home.
And the best is
yeah,
the
he
top.
said it's in the home.
Yeah. They're acceptable, but
Yeah, what is it?
it's not the idea. Jesus should be on top, Mary underneath.
That's a lot, eh?
Yeah, in the family.
Just like a prayer room.
Yeah, this is another prayer room. This is in the living room. Yeah, in the living room. But some other family, in some families, they have a big enough house. They reserve one room for the family chapel. Yeah. And some family, in that family chapel, they got many things in there, including the vestments for the priest who would come to say mass, vestments and chalice and plates and all kinds of religious article, that liturgical supply that necessary for a priest to say the mass, including the missal and all kinds of liturgical articles. You know, can the priest say the mass in the family?
I think so.
Mass? No way.
Sometimes some priests may change the house.
Huh?
Change the house.
Bless the house?
Bless the house.
The priest can bless the house.
Yeah.
But my question is, can the priest say the mass in a family?
Maybe just only under very special situation, right? So
It's not a mass.
yeah, but there is some situation is to say I heard it before is that the priest, right, can have a mass in the place, but in the mountain or something, those, right? So they can do that, but under special situation, I don't know. I don't really know.
Actually, Father Lo, when we go to the pilgrimage, we have mass in the hotel room, in his room, and all the people gather together in one room.
That is a special case. Yeah, my question again, can a priest say the mass in a house of a family?
I think it's no, maybe under normal situations it not be, right?
Yeah. Normally not.
It's under normal.
Right,
Yeah,
normally
normally
not.
Yeah, because we have church to go, right?
Yeah.
Because,
special
you know,
case.
some of you at least may know that right after the dedication of our new church here, many days, on weekdays, we celebrated the Mass in the chapel. The first room for the chapel is now the crying room. The second chapel is in my office. And now the third chapel. Yeah. So the chapel moved 3 times. And at first we celebrated the Mass in the crying room many days on weekdays. But we only celebrate the Mass on Sundays in the church. And Sundays, of course. Saturday evening, of course. And Friday evening. Not always, maybe. And then, because in the past, many churches did so and do so too. So that's why I followed that way. But after that, I had to ask the diocese. So the instruction is that the Mass, every Mass, should be celebrated in the church. Because the church is the place that was dedicated for the liturgical celebration. It means especially the Mass. So that's why, and the place, the official place for the community to gather together to worship God. That is a holy place. That is the right place to celebrate all kinds of liturgy and all kinds of rites to or pray to worship God. Doesn't matter how many people, because the reason why we celebrate it in the chapel, because we think that it's a better atmosphere, because only small group, 5, 10 people, 20 people, but it's not. So you see, even the chapel is not the proper way to do, proper place to celebrate the Mass. Hò phong này có ca thỉnh okay. So in the house of the family, it's not the place to celebrate the Mass. However, there are some special cases. The first special case, the priests who are traveling, especially the ones who, like me, sometimes I have a vacation, I go to visit some people in, it doesn't, not necessarily that they are my family members, but even friends, but I stay there, I can celebrate the Mass at their home during the time traveling, with one condition: I should not gather a big group, just a family or some relatives of that family, fine, but it's not a big group. Big group like 30, 40 and up, depends on where. Just a small group of just a family members, and get open to some relatives. That's the first case. Without any special permission. That's for every priesthood traveling. The second is a number of special situations. Something like Father Lo, you just said, because it's not good or it's not safe to celebrate the Mass in the church. So he celebrated the Mass in the hotel. And also because no other place to say the Mass,